raining a lot here in Montreal. I was just in Georgia, and I'll talk about my solo trip in a sec, but I don't know if anyone else is a parent who's watching this.
Hey, Daddy!
But ever since my son has turned 3, it's like he's a different person. They say it's the three-nager, which I totally get. But it's like everything, like from the day he turned 3, I don't understand. It's been like night wakings, the big feelings, which is fine. Like I know he's a toddler, it's gonna be like that. But for some reason, I always heard of the terrible 2s, and he was an angel 2-year-old. So I don't know, I was like, oh, we just got blessed with a unicorn child, and I was quickly humbled. We have a lot of activities planned today because it's a rainy day and I have so much work I need to get done. So I'm trying to fit in like toddler activities slash working. If you're a working parent, like my hat goes off to you, and especially if you're a single parent, like I don't know how you do it. Our son is not in daycare, which we can put him in daycare, but we don't need to. Like my husband is home, so he watches him. We are thinking of preschool, like the year before kindergarten, just to get him more socialized, but he's so socialized already. Like he has so many friends, so many activities and play dates with kids that like I'm not concerned over that. He's really not shy at all. It's more just figuring out the balance that's been a little bit challenging, but okay, just have to deal with something. But I want to say a big thank you to REVOLVE for sponsoring today's video. So I started using these prenatals when I was pregnant with Arkham, and I absolutely love these prenatals. And now ever since me trying to get pregnant, I went back on prenatals, and these ones are my go-to. I love the fact that they don't upset my stomach. You can take them on an empty stomach in the morning, because in every single capsule, I'll show you, it's like a capsule inside of a capsule. So it's a slow release that comes out in your intestines, so that way it absorbs so much better into your system. It smells and tastes like lemon. That's the flavor I have. So it's really yummy, and you never have to worry about buying new ones because it comes every month to your door. So as soon as you run out, you have another one. It is for a month, and it shows you on the side like day 1, day 15, and day 30. So I'm getting close to the end of this one. I take 2 capsules a day. I usually take it in the morning, first thing that I do. It's just like a ritual for me. It's called Ritual. All of their ingredients are extremely...
Mommy, look, it's 4. 4 like this.
Wow.
4 like this. Like 4 and 4.
Wow.
Not 4. It came 4. And 6 and 7.
Wow. If you're not happy within the first month of your purchase, you can return and get a refund, no questions asked. Are you being so silly? You want to be in the video with mommy? These are vitamins for mommy. You know, vitamins for
Mommy?
Arky? Yes.
Have one.
Well, do you want me to take them?
Yeah.
Okay, I need to take my 2. So I'll take my 2.
I'll get one.
Well, they're not for Arky, they're for mommy.
Daddy, I'll give it to one.
You can give them to me, for sure.
Here. What that fruit is? I can sell it.
You can smell it? You know, that's lemon.
Oh, lemon.
You want to smell?
Lemon.
You like the smell?
Yeah, I like lemon.
Me too, I like lemon. So yummy.
Yeah.
You want to watch me take it? That?
Add some water.
Your water's over there, my love. I like the fact that they're vegan, non-GMO, gluten-free, and allergen-free, which is really helpful for a lot of different people. And you can actually fact check them, make sure all the ingredients are good, because the founder was actually someone who, at the time she was pregnant and couldn't find anything on the market that she knew like every single ingredient in that was clean and good for you. So she just decided to create her own, which I think is awesome. So if you would like to get 20% off your first month, I will have it in the description box. The code is 20AlexC. If it changes, I'll put the description in on the screen here, but I'm pretty sure it's 20AlexC. I don't know, Arkham, I think it needs batteries. But I'm gonna bring you guys along really quick to our fun little activity, and then I'm going to come home, shower, and get ready for the day and film my haul slash how I traveled. Okay, hello. So I got some stuff in the mail. Oh, you can see my head. My mirror is disgustingly dirty. I don't apologize, it's just my life. You're currently balancing on a ton of kid books right now. I took a shower, a much needed shower, washed my hair. I put it in this braid because I want to get some natural waves, and I usually like let this dry to about 80% and then take it out, spray some like wave spray. I have the one from The Way, which is so good, and I normally love the way my hair turns out after that. I'm not wearing any jewelry other than my earrings, which feels so weird, but I'm actually cleaning my rings and everything because they're so dirty. But I got some stuff in the mail that I want to do a little try on haul for, and then I also wanted to talk to you about my experience traveling by myself, like flying alone for the first time, what that was like, how I was able to get to there, because I know on Instagram I got a lot of questions since I didn't realize how big of a phobia flying was for a lot of people. Actually, I wouldn't even say it was a phobia of mine. I mean, maybe it was. I just was so scared to fly in general, even like with someone there, that I could never think in a million years that I was able to do it by myself, because I need that person there as like a security blanket. I don't know, I feel like a different person. Okay, so before I get into these, I guess I'll just show the first purchase, because I bought these specifically for my flight. I had bought the Sony ones. They're like, I wouldn't even say a dupe because they look completely different, they feel completely different, but they're a vibe. They're cheaper, but they were so uncomfortable on my head and right here. Like, it would hurt my ears and around my ears. It just did not feel good. And I could wear them for max an hour, which was really frustrating. So then I was just using my normal AirPods, but they do hurt. Like, if I wear them for too long, because I like to wear them when I work out, when I run, do cardio, all that stuff. I don't know, it's just uncomfortable. So I wanted a good pair of over-the-ear headphones. I tried the Bose ones. There's a few that I tried that just did not feel well, and I put these on at Apple and they felt the most comfortable, and I was like, gosh dang it, because they're the most expensive ones. So I said I'm gonna test them out for the flight, and if I didn't like it, I would return it. Spoiler alert, they're awesome. I love them. I'm kind of annoyed that I do, because I was hoping I would return them, but they are so comfortable, and I wear them when I'm editing. I wear them when I'm doing errands around the house, like vacuuming and dishes, laundry, all that stuff, listening to a podcast. They're great. But I definitely recommend trying out different kinds, because it's really based off of your head shape. I did not realize that. This is just the most comfortable for some reason. I don't know if it's just my head is small and other ones don't fit well. That was the first purchase, and I guess we'll get into the flight situation. So I had always planned to eventually in my life take a flight by myself, but I thought that was very far in the future. Like, I did not think that I was in any place to fly on my own. Literally, even when we went to Portugal at the beginning of March, was it? No, the end of March, beginning of April, I was like, gosh, I'm having anxiety. Like, I don't know how I'm ever gonna fly by myself. It's so annoying. And the reason why I say it's annoying is because I have been offered throughout the course of my adult years and my career as being an online content creator and doing social media full time, I've been offered opportunities to go on trips by myself because the brand couldn't afford to bring a +1. And I've either had to say no to those, or I've had to pay for a +1 to just get on the plane with me so that I could go. And then, like, for example, last year when I went to France, Dan was my +1, but not invited by the company. Like, I had to pay for him to come by myself. He wasn't even invited to like he didn't even come with me to the actual whole event. I paid for his flight, he came with me, we did like a little bit of a trip beforehand that was personal, and then he stayed in Paris while I traveled down and did my business trip with everyone, which was so much fun, and so I'm so happy I did it. But it was just a lot of extra money because we had to pay to bring him out. And I kept thinking, like, oh gosh, everyone else is here by themselves and I'm the only one that just can't get on a plane by myself. Like, what is wrong with me? I felt so embarrassed and like alone. I kept thinking, I'm in my early 30s and I literally cannot get on a plane by myself. What is wrong with me? And I was trying to think back to where it stemmed from. I did a lot of work in therapy. I'm pretty sure, because I didn't used to be scared of flying when I was a kid. Not that we flew that often, but even when I would go away to training camps in Florida when I was a swimmer, I was never nervous on airplanes. I think it was when I was 18 years old, we went on a cruise and we flew down to Florida, and it was right around Christmas time, and there had been a huge snowstorm, and we were one of the last flights allowed out. All the flights after were being canceled, so I got really nervous for that, and because the weather was just horrible. And then the ride down was really bumpy and really scary, and it was at a phase in my life where I was just like not in a good space. So I think all of it combined created this little fear, and then every flight I was on after that wasn't a very smooth flight. Like the flight home was not great. I then went to Australia with one of my best friends, and that obviously was very long. Wasn't horrible actually, but it was just so long, and I was just so anxious the entire time that it did not put a good taste in my mouth. And then the flight home from Sydney, like Sydney to Vancouver, was so bumpy when we took off. It was bad. So I think ever since then I had this like fear that I didn't know how to cope with, and I would do a lot of therapy for it. And I will tell you what would help me during all those times. Like I would have anxiety leading up to the date of the flight, and then the whole day of the plane, like I couldn't eat. I'd have to go to the bathroom to have basically the runs. Like it was just, I was sick to my stomach, my heart would race, like I was uneasy. It was just awful. It was awful. It was not enjoyable. Once I was in the destination, I was fine. It was the flight. I was so scared of the flight, and at the airport I was so anxious about like having to go through security and getting there early, and like making sure I was one of the first people on the plane. Like it was always so stressful. And I remember thinking in moments like, I'm sure the people that I'm traveling with right now are so annoyed of me because I just like panicked. And to a lot of my friends and people in my life, traveling to them was like getting in a car. So they were kind of like, they would never judge me, but I know it's not a fun person. Like being an anxious person, I can tell people are not, it's not fun to be around someone like that. Like it just isn't. So I feel really guilty for that. But anyways, what would help for me was, of course, traveling with someone that I was comfortable with. Always helps no matter what. It just did, because I could always voice my concerns to the person, either it be Daniel or a friend of mine, just someone that I could be like, oh, I'm feeling a little like anxious or uneasy, and they would just talk to me, help distract me, whatever. The other things that my therapist did help me with is to relax all of my senses, because being in a plane a lot of the times is a lack of control. You have no control over what's going on. Like once you're in the plane and you're in the sky, that's it. You're not flying the plane. It's not like you're in a car, and if you're getting nervous, you can ask them to pull over and you can get out and take a breath. Like, no, once you're on the plane and you're in the air, that's it. You have no control. You can't see where you're going. You can't see what's going on. You don't know what's going on. And then adding in turbulence to all that, I had a fear of vomiting. So like the turbulence making me feel sick was not great. I was nervous about people around me being sick. It was bad. So what I had control over was relaxing my senses. So for example, I would wear really comfortable clothes. So like touch, very comfortable, a nice blankie if I got cold. Sound, like listening, I would either listen to a podcast or I would watch a movie, which is also sight, so sight and hearing, something that made me happy. Like if I knew there was no screen on the plane, I would download stuff on my phone, either Friends or The Office, or something that I knew it's predictable, like I know I like it, so it's something that would have helped relax me. Taste, so if I had no appetite, because it did happen a lot of the times, I would just chew gum that I really liked, because it helped chewing and having something tasty in my mouth. And then smell, I would either wear an essential oil that helped relax me, or perfume that really brought me back to something that made me very happy. So all of my senses, I would, you know, relax them as much as I could. And then I always had a routine of, like, I would get on the plane, I had to sit by the window because during turbulence I need to make sure we weren't falling. Like, this is what's so insane about it, is that I would like look out the window to make sure we were not falling out of the sky. And I had researched so much about turbulence. I knew in my head that like we're not crashing, but it just, you know, you watch the movies, it was not enjoyable. I had my reasons in my head and that's all that was. And I would panic anytime there was a bump. It was like I couldn't breathe and it was awful. I just finished going on a plane by myself during turbulence where I had zero anxiety. How did I do it? And no medication. Oh, that's something I forgot to mention. In the past, worst case scenario, I would have anti-anxiety medication that was prescribed to me by my doctor, specifically for situations where I felt like I was on the verge of a anxiety attack on a plane. I would take one. I never took it beforehand unless I was already having insane anxiety where like I knew I was gonna have a panic attack. I could feel it coming on. But if I didn't feel that way before going on a flight, I wouldn't take it. I just didn't want to always rely on it because there have been situations 3 different times where I've gotten on the plane. This is before getting anti-anxiety medication. I would get on the plane would be taxiing, like leaving the gate, and I would freak out and like cause a scene, and they had to like go back and drop me off, and it's really bad, guys. Like, it's so embarrassing to talk about because it's not something I'm proud of, and it puts everyone behind, all the passengers, the crew, the following flights, like everything, and that's literally because of me and because of my anxiety. And maybe I'll edit this out. Like, holy crap, that is so I mean, this was like really in the past, like 2015, and there was actually a point where the airline was like, yeah, you can't travel with us unless you're with someone because this is not good. It's like blacklisted, I guess. But it's been a long time since that has happened. I think it only happened once where they were like about to leave, and then I made them go back and get off. The other 2 times it was like not everyone was on the plane yet, so I just panicked and got off. But it's still really, really, really embarrassing that happened. The first time was for my first ever business trip for Coachella. I couldn't get on the plane. It was very embarrassing, and then Dan ended up having to come with me so that I could get back on the plane later that day. I think back to that time and I'm like, wow, I'm a different person. Okay, fast forward to now. How did I do it? I don't know. I felt ready. It's the weirdest thing because like I was saying, when we went to Portugal, I was telling myself, I don't know how I'm ever gonna do this. 2023 for me so far this year has been battling my demons and my fears and really becoming the adult that I've always looked up to in my life, and now embracing that person and tackling all the things I never thought I could. For example, my extreme emetophobia. I think a lot of my fear of flying tied into that, and the fact that I dealt with the stomach flu and was able to go through it and come out the other side and be like, yeah, that sucked, but like really was not the worst thing in the world, and kind of help with my fear. And then having my son go through that and being there for him and realizing like it's not as scary and bad as I'd built it up to be in my head. And so I originally knew I wanted to fly in 2023 by myself. I didn't know when. I was thinking of visiting my friend who lives in Minnesota. I just like was not sure. And then my parents were going to visit my aunt who lives in Georgia. And they were like, why don't you come? And I was thinking, well, why don't I just go a different time and go by myself? It's a 2.5-hour flight. It's not that long. It's not that bad. I haven't seen my aunt in over a year, because she got married last year in May, and that's the last time I saw her. And since she doesn't have her papers yet, she can't actually leave the country. So I have not been able to see her at any holiday event or anything like that. I miss her. Why don't I just do it? So I asked her, she said, of course. I booked my flight, and I'm not even kidding when I say that I had 0 anxiety booking that flight. I had 0 anxiety leading up to this trip, and I had 0 anxiety at the airport, on the plane. It was like the most peaceful experience. I don't know what came over me. During the turbulence on the plane, I like was just listening to my audiobook, like half asleep. And I didn't take any medication, like no Gravol for nausea, no anti-anxiety, no Tylenol, like literally nothing. I don't know what came over me. I don't know how to explain it. I think I was just ready mentally to do this. It was like the last thing on my list of like the 3 big scary things for me in life. It's the last thing I had to check off, and I did it. I remember I landed. Although I do have to say, it did help having Wi-Fi on the plane. Like, I flew Delta, and if you're Sky Miles, like if you're a member of Sky Miles, you get free Wi-Fi. So I was like, okay, this is sweet. Because on Air Canada, you always have to pay for Wi-Fi. So I was like, free Wi-Fi, sweet. So I was just like texting Dan, texting my friends. Like, I would check Instagram or like play a game or something. I think it really helped being connected to like life, maybe. But even if I didn't have that, I think it would have been fine. Also, the guy who sat next to me was a veteran, and he was so nice, and I like literally don't even know how to explain it. I like walked onto the plane, he was already sitting, and he was like, oh, is this your spot next to me? Because it was like 2 by 2. And I was like, oh yeah. And he got up and he was like, do you mind? Like looking at me as if he was gonna lift my bag. And I was like, oh, thank you so much. And he put my bags up. And then even after, when he got off the plane, he like took my bags down and gave them to me. He was like, here you go, like enjoy your flight. He was so nice and was helping other people. I was like, oh. I was just thinking, this is so sweet. I get to sit next to this man. He's like an older man, just happy. The reason why I know he's a vet is because when they said we're now calling all veterans to get on board, he went. Yeah, he was just like this really nice man. And on the way home, I sat next to a teacher and I spoke to her. She was a university professor and she was really, really nice. I don't know, it was cool. I got to like talk to strangers. It's so weird. And you could tell too, like being by yourself, it was just very, very a peaceful experience because there was a lot of other people alone traveling. And because it was such a quick flight, like people fly to and from Atlanta all the time, that it was just like, I felt like this business girl. I don't know, it was like really cool. Like I could, you know those TikToks or those funny reels where people are always like, you pretend you're the main character like in a movie going somewhere? Like that's literally how I felt. I felt like the main character of my own movie, except I am the main character of my own life. And I was just like playing this role. I don't know, it was so awesome. And then I landed and I texted my family like, I don't know who I am. I had no anxiety. That was so weird. And my aunt picked me up with my cousin and we had so much fun together. I was gonna vlog the whole experience, but honestly, I was just kind of like, I don't want to put too much on my plate because I didn't know how I was gonna feel. And I just want to really spend time with my aunt. I had not seen her in a year. Spend time with my cousin. It was so much fun. We did film a lot on my phone and I have a lot of TikToks that I want to upload of stuff that I filmed. But other than that, it was just great. And I'm so happy I did it. And then the flight home, again, zero anxiety. Like, I don't really understand. I also really like flying Delta. Like, it's a great airline. I fly Air Canada a lot because I'm Canadian. It just makes sense. But the Delta flight is direct to and from Montreal. And I really enjoy the airline. I like the fact that the pilot and the flight attendants always explain beforehand like what the flight path is gonna be like. Oh, we might have a little bit of turbulence before we enter Atlanta for like 20 minutes and then it should be a smooth ride here. This is their weather. Like they explain everything, which I like. Air Canada doesn't, at least in my experience, they don't do that. They're just like, seatbelts on. And then you're like, what's going on? I don't know. I liked it. So good experience. I'm happy. I can't wait. I literally was on the plane being like, okay, what's my next solo trip? Like I want to visit my friend. Maybe I'll go to Europe because that's like a really big deal to go overseas, you know, that's like a really big step. And would I be bored? Like, can I travel by myself? These are all things that I'm just like, wow, I can't believe I'm doing it. I am finally living the life that I always dreamed of. And I don't think I actually could have done it prior to me being ready. Like I just don't think I was there, but knowing I can do it and knowing I have done it gives me so much more confidence and makes me feel like $1 million. I'm so proud of myself. So far this year has been so fruitful for me. I've stopped caring about literally anything. I'm like, I cared so much about the way that my stuff performed on social media. Obviously it's my job. I do want to care, but at the end of the day, like I cared so much to the point where it would drive me crazy. Now I don't. If something performs, it doesn't perform. If something does, it does. I have no control over that. I'm just myself 100% online. I don't care about what I talk about. I live in the moment. I'm not stressing about the future. I'm not, you know, thinking in the past. I'm literally just living my life. And so far, the beginning of summer 2023 has been so much fun, and I cannot even explain to you the amount of happiness that I feel inside when I think about my current life. Literally the end of 2022, I was going into the new year being like, we're doing IVF, I'm gonna be pregnant, I'm gonna have a 2023 baby. It didn't work out, I was sad, but it was like every month that passed, even when I wasn't getting pregnant, I was like, there's a reason for this. I have to just trust the process. And then, you know, with my whole change in lifestyle and like I had a little bit of that health scare, so now I'm like really focusing on my well-being, working out, eating really, really, really good home-cooked meals. Like I'm being so strict on myself on the fact that I'm not eating a lot of junk food. I'm not eating out much. Like I don't want to spend money on food. We do our groceries every single Monday, and then we have our meal plans and we cook. And it's been so nice to actually cook with my family, enjoy the food that we cook together with my family, and feel energized and fueled for the next day, and feel so good when I work out. Like I'm so strong, guys. Look at this. Look at my muscles. I'm getting some muscles back in my arms and it feels good. Like, I'm training so hard and I feel so good. Anyways, I feel like I'm being annoying, but I'm just in a good place. So let's get into this little try on haul because I got some stuff and I want to know your opinions of what I should keep, what I should return, because some things I did wear in Atlanta, but like, let's say for one dinner, and I don't know how I feel about it. So the first thing that I got is stuff from Revolve. I did purchase this stuff. Like, usually if you're gonna get stuff from Revolve, they give you like a spreadsheet of things you can choose from specific brands. I don't always love the stuff on that, and there's other brands on the website that I love, but they're not like able to gift that. So I saw this little, it looks like a slip dress, like a nightgown, but it's not. It has these sparkly little lace trims, and I like the fact that it was very 90s. It goes up on one leg like that. It is a little short. That is the one concern I had. I wore it with a blazer and I loved the way it looked with the blazer. I wore it for a total of like an hour and a half. I don't know, maybe, I don't think I would return it since I did wear it, but I don't know, maybe I'll give it to a friend or sell it if you think it doesn't look great on me, but I do really like it. And it is something that I felt really comfortable in. And then someone did DM me saying it was giving 13 going on 30 vibes, like this. And I was like, oh my God, I love that. But yeah, it's really pretty. I love the color. I love pink on me, specifically with my strawberry blonde hair. And with a tan, I just feel really confident wearing this color. It's like a nice satin. It does wrinkle easily, but with a quick steam, it's fine. Okay, this is the thing I'm like not too sure about. So I saw this on the model online and I loved it. It's an oversized shirt. I ordered an extra large because I always feel like when I order shirts like that, they're never actually oversized on me because I'm very broad in my shoulders. And so I find like when I do buy women's dress shirts, like the hem is never where my shoulders are. It's always smaller, but if I get a bigger size, it fits properly. But since this is already an oversized thing, I think now it's just like too big. I also don't know how I feel about it, like the way it looks on me. The color is really pretty and I like the gingham, but I don't know, you let me know, like as a bikini cover up going to a pool, or if you think that there are better options out there. Okay, then this one piece bathing suit, I didn't actually end up wearing it in Georgia. I brought it with me, but I didn't wear it for a few different reasons. Okay, the first, this is so pretty. Like, I saw this on Frankie's Bikinis and was obsessed. It's a lower back, a bit of a cheeky moment. There is lining for the boobs and the bum slash front area, but then this is a mesh, okay? And when I posted it on social media, I got a few comments saying, ooh, the tan lines on that would be gross. So while yes, I agree, it would be, this wouldn't be like a tanning bathing suit for me. This is more of like, I could even wear this as a bodysuit with shorts, white shorts, or even white linen pants. Be so pretty. But at the same time, I'm still outside, so I can still get a weird tan line. But again, I don't really wear crop tops, so it's not really an issue. What I am curious about is it really cute on me or is it not? Because if it's not, I'm not gonna, like, to spend this money on a bathing suit, I can't justify it if it's not even cute on me. Let me know what you think realistically. I'll have everything linked below if you guys are curious to buy the same pieces. Okay, this dress, I'm so sad because I'm in love with it, but I just think because of my current body with my boobs and the fact that I can't go without a bra unless the dress or the shirt that I'm wearing has like support already. But I'm so in love with this dress and I'm so bummed that I don't think I'll be able to wear it because it is so pretty. I just don't know what bra to wear it with. People said strapless, but like it doesn't work. The strapless doesn't work because of the way that the tie fits on the back. It's too low, but it's from Free People and it's so pretty and so, like, I feel like a princess wearing it. I love the white. I love everything about this. Like, I am obsessed with this dress. If I had my old boobies, it would be no issue, but with my current situation, I don't know. But I love it so much. I also did get a size large, so it's possible that, you know, I could size down. But then again, I don't want it to be too short. The last thing I got from Revolve, which I did wear to the beach, and I'm definitely keeping it because it's so pretty. It's from Vitamin A, and it's just a basic white spaghetti strap dress. But I wore it over a bathing suit. It has a slit on the side. It is so comfortable and so pretty and very stretchy, which I liked. I didn't have any kind of simple dress like this, and I think even wearing something like this with a oversized dress shirt, like the pink gingham one, not as big, but like a blue or a light pastel pink open would be so pretty, and like a nice bucket hat and a beach bag with some nice sandals. Like that is such a vibe. Even if you're going on vacation, that'd be such a cute look. Going on someone's boat, going to the lake, the pool, whatever. I love that dress so much, so I'm definitely keeping that one. The next items I got are from Imgia, and I'm kind of thinking in my head, I'm like, should I even show these? Because they're so pretty, but I honestly think I'm gonna return them because I just can't without a bra. And I can't wear a bra with these dresses because they're open back and they're so pretty, but I need the support, which I don't even know why I bought them. Like, I know I need support. I just thought that maybe it would have a little bit of support. So this top, see what I mean? Like, it looks like this could have some support, but no, it's too small for my boobies. I got a size medium, which maybe I should have got a size large, but for the boobs, like everything else, it fits. It's so pretty. I would wear this with like baggy jeans. I think that would be so nice, but it's just my boobs, like the lining here actually goes to where my nipples are and not under my boobs. It's kind of funny. I then got this beautiful, beautiful dress. It's stretchy. It's super open back with these butterflies. Like, it's so nice. And I love the pattern. I love the look of the dress. It is very flattering, but again, I don't know why and what possessed me in my mind to think that this would be good with my boobs, because it is not. And it's so frustrating because I'm so obsessed with this dress. You know, Dan was saying, why don't you keep that dress since you're so in love with it? Keep it until, like, if you are gonna get a breast reduction, you know, it's something that you could wear. I'm like, first of all, I don't know if I'm actually gonna get a breast reduction. Like, I don't know when that would be. Right now, I'm still in the place where I can return that. Is this gonna be a dress where I'm gonna be thinking about this dress for months and months and months, and then be really bummed if I do get a breast reduction and then don't have the dress? Like, I don't know, because who knows if I'll be able to buy it secondhand. I just forget that my body's different now, and that's okay. Like, my body is different. I just have to learn how to style it properly and not get caught up in like my old ways of like, I saw something that I knew would look great on my old body and it does not work on my current body, because I need the support. Okay, on to the last thing, which are these bikinis from a company called Jade Swim. I'm obsessed. This first is a one piece. Oh my gosh, you guys, this color is so beautiful. It has thick straps. It goes more on the outside, which is nice, and then it's very open back, which I like as well. And the material is almost like a terry cloth, but not as thick. And I just think this color is so flattering. I then got this brown one piece as well. It's not as high on like the bum. It has a crisscross thing on the back. Decent support, thinner straps, love the color. My camera's gonna die, oh my gosh. I got the seafoam green one, which Dan does not love the way this looks on me. I like it, so I don't really care. Yeah, it's more thongy for sure. It has more straight across back that's not as low, but again, really pretty. And then I have these two pieces. So again, that same terry cloth type of material, but this is the top. Beautiful purple. That back, and then the bottoms are high-waisted, so pretty full coverage. And then I got the same exact bikini but in a different material and a different color. This is the top, and the bottoms are also high-waisted. Stunning. Obsessed. And that is everything that I got. I will have everything linked below if you're curious. I hope this can help you in some way. Like, I hope this inspires you if you are facing any kind of fears, knowing that you can overcome them eventually at some point in your life, and you will get there. And I'm so proud of you. I love you. And don't forget to check out Ritual down below in the description, and I'll talk to you all in my next video. Bye.